All right, so another training week in the books, and this one was definitely a little bit of a letdown. And that's kind of disappointing because last week I thought was really successful with testing out those 3-rep maxes. Felt really, really good. Felt really, really beat up because I really tried to push myself. But I thought this week with the deload, I would feel tremendously better, and that just didn't happen. Now, I have to say part of that is likely due to work outside of the actual lifting, affecting my own mental state and my physical state, just because it was a very high stress work week for me. Was working longer days than normal, had a lot of things that were due, tight deadlines to make, which meant that training really took a back seat, eating took a back seat, and my own mental health took a back seat. So really stressed out, and that definitely carried over, I think, into the workout some. And my body was just feeling really, really beat up. This first session wasn't really too bad, but the Tuesday session, and all you're going to see is bench, I actually forgot to film my squats because I decided to do an Instagram live stream, or maybe it was a Facebook live stream. I did some sort of live stream on Tuesday where I showed my squat sets. This was a little bit later at night where typically I train during my lunch hour. Again, because of my work commitments, I couldn't do otherwise. So I decided to go ahead and stream this live, and I forgot to film my squat sessions, but I tweaked something in my back this particular day. It felt really bad that night and really bad the next day, which was a little bit of a shit show because I had deadlifts, and these definitely did not move how I wanted to, but at least now that I look at them, they actually looked okay in my opinion, considering how I felt and what I was going through. I'm somewhat happy with these. I guess this deadlift session kind of salvaged it a little bit. Bench has been feeling a little bit better because we pushed the numbers so much last week. I know that we wanted to kind of up the numbers and reset what my training max was and my training numbers were. So bench was actually a little bit difficult this week where it hadn't been in the weeks past, but I think that's going to be a more accurate testament of where I'm trying to go with my bench. And then finally, the last session of the week, which was on Friday, had some squats with the heaviest set being a double at 502 and then some back off triples, a little bit lower weight. These all moved really slow. I'm happy with how they looked, but they felt really heavy. So this was like an RPE 8 for me, which it shouldn't have been. It should have probably been an RPE 6. So I'm hoping I'm still going to shed some of this fatigue this weekend as I take these next 2 days off and just really relax. I did have one really heavy bench set this particular week, a double at 142.5 or 314. The first one moved really good. Second one didn't really move that well. I attribute this to my lower back being sore and not really being able to push as hard as I normally would. But again, looking for the time off, and I'll get it next week.